Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something different and I'm kind of shooting this mukbang style where I'm gonna eat and talk to you, and I'm gonna talk about the major root causes of eczema because I feel like a lot of them relate to food, and you guys are probably wondering why I'm eating the things that I'm eating, and I want to take the time to kind of address that because I post on Instagram a lot. I show you guys that I've been eating things like bread, and I've been getting a lot of questions as to like, why is Michelle eating bread? So diving into today's video, I actually do have a patch of eczema on the back of my knee, actually both of my knees. And the reason why is because of stress and a gut imbalance. So I actually posted this to my Instagram story yesterday, but I basically said, the number one thing that you need to do to heal is to manage your stress first, because the less stressed you are, the more things you can eat. The more stressed you are, the less things you can eat. So it kind of works in inverse there. So for example, I went on vacation this past weekend and I had a lovely, luxurious time. It was like the best time ever. I ate at like this really amazing restaurant in Charleston, and it was like 4 courses for restaurant week. I ate octopus, I ate like dessert, I ate all of these things, and my eczema was completely fine. And it was because I was on vacation. We had gone to the beach, I played in the ocean. I played in the ocean a lot, and the ocean water is really, really good for your eczema. And that whole trip, I had fine eating. I was completely fine eating. However, now this week, where I've been working all week, I'm a lot more stressed out. Foods are making my skin react. So first off, manage your stress. I personally believe that 90% of people with eczema have stress-induced eczema to some extent, because stress can actually cause gut imbalances. Stress can cause your liver to be overworked. So if you address stress first, you're gonna be a lot better off, okay? I have a plum. I think it's a red plum. So gut imbalance, okay. Stress is a root cause of eczema. Gut imbalance is a root cause of eczema. So I've never done a mukbang before, so I'm not so used to eating and talking at the same time. I mean, I am in my real life, but not on camera, so bear with me while I try to navigate this. This is organic sourdough bread, heirloom tomato, honey infused with elderberries and lemon, and smoked salmon. A lot of you guys are wondering, why are you eating bread, right? Well, the second root cause of eczema is gut imbalance, and gut imbalance can be shifted into a lot of different sections. You could have something like candida. You could have hydrogen sulfide SIBO. You can have hydrogen SIBO. You can have methane SIBO. All of those cause you to have a different diet. You probably have leaky gut if you have one of those things. Leaky gut is a gut imbalance. Leaky gut, you have to heal all of these, and you kind of heal them in different ways, because if I had candida, I wouldn't be eating bread. But because I have hydrogen sulfide SIBO, there's this bread right here. It's called Bulgarian bread. I don't know. I get it at Whole Foods. It's an organic rye bread. And basically this bread can actually help reduce the amount of a bacteria that causes hydrogen sulfide SIBO. My diet that I eat, I have a healthy liver and I have hydrogen sulfide SIBO. So I eat for those two things. So those currently are my root causes, along with stress being the #1 root cause of eczema. To be honest, that bread's like not that good. It's very caramely, and it tastes kind of, I think the taste is good. It's mostly just the texture. There's a lot of arguments when it comes to Candida. When I had eczema, I couldn't eat fruit. Or like when I had Candida-induced eczema, I couldn't have fruit. There's a lot of arguments around kind of talking through like, well, you can have fruit when you have Candida. No, I don't think if you have severe Candida, you can eat fruit. As your Candida gets better, bring fruit back into your diet. But I personally could not eat fruit when I had eczema from Candida. My Candida eczema spread really, really, really quickly. A lot of people whose eczema spreads quickly, especially around their like main torso and arms and stuff, it's Candida. Like if it's spreading onto your back, it's usually Candida. But that actually brings me to another reason why you might have eczema, and that would be topical steroid withdrawal, which means you probably use steroids for a good amount of time, try to come off the steroids, your eczema got worse, you're going through withdrawal, and topical steroid withdrawal, or TSW, shows up on your face, neck, wrists. Oh, good God. I'm being summoned by work right now. Shows up on your face, your neck, your wrist, your chest. That's usually really good signs of TSW. But if you excuse me, I'm gonna finish eating. I'm also gonna jump on a work meeting, and then we're gonna talk about the very last root cause of eczema. Okay, false alarm. I have 10 minutes until my next meeting. Definitely not finished with my food, but the very last root cause of eczema is an overworked liver. And an overworked liver, there's actually a cause of that. And even with a gut imbalance, there's a cause of that. So this is just kind of like how to format your diet and supplements for your eczema within these root causes. There's like, the way eczema works is like, it's a buildup of a lot of things. There's a lot of toxins in your life. So like the root cause of things, we might have to address in another video, but at least if you have somewhat of a root cause, you can figure out how to eat and what supplements to take to heal your eczema. So an overworked liver or a non-alcoholic fatty liver is another root cause of eczema. If I were to have that, I would not be able to eat what I have on my plate. It can cause you to have an intolerance to salicylates, glutamates, histamines, and you kind of have to figure out which ones you're reacting to. I usually take people off of salicylates for a while, and it usually works, and their liver gets a chance to heal. I have them take milk thistle. It's like a whole situation. I wouldn't be able to have tomatoes. I wouldn't be able to have avocados. I basically would not be able to eat much on my plate if I had a fatty liver, overworked liver. And it's just because tomatoes are high in salicylates, avocados are high in salicylates. Technically bread you could have, well, you have an overworked liver, but a lot of people can't even tolerate gluten. So when you're first starting out your eczema journey, healing naturally, you should cut out fridge foods, fried foods, refined sugar, eggs, dairy, gluten, just to see what your body can or cannot tolerate. I tolerate gluten just fine, even though I would say I only really eat an organic sourdough. Both of these are sourdough breads. They are fermented, they're a little bit better for you. So those are really the only breads that I eat when I'm like eating my normal diet. My body can actually tolerate lactose. So I have like goat dairy on occasion. I found out though, if I have cheese before bed, my mind starts racing before bed, so can't have that. I just created a spreadsheet that I'm offering to the Empowered Eczema students. So it's like a 3-month-long program that I have for people with eczema. And in that, I have a food tracker. And it's basically a spreadsheet of a list of a bunch of foods. And you can say whether your individual body tolerates them or not. And if like what your reaction is to it if you can't have it. So for example, I can't eat almonds. They cause me to have a headache. They cause me to like not feel good to my stomach. So that's kind of my individual diet. And it's basically trial and error. Get yourself on an elimination diet first and then do trial and error to figure out what foods are in between. Like technically I can have apples on this diet, but apples don't make me feel good. They never have. I don't know why. So with all that being said, when you get down to your root causes, you can heal. I would say if you have TSW, focus on stress. Focus on stress. Stress affects people with TSW extremely. If you go through periods of stress, your TSW is going to flare. It has to do with your adrenal gland. It has to do with a bunch of different things that go on in your body. So I recommend to all of you to focus on stress. I actually have a couple videos on stress itself, so I would go look those up on my channel. With that being said, I'm going to go finish my food because clearly I'm not very good at doing a mukbang. But I had to warn you guys that I was eating on camera. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video.
I like crashing waves, but I want to see them at first light after a long night and see the sky take shape. But I want to see the stars.